Well, I am a little under the weather, but as promised, your blonde bombshell was not going to go through this year without at least reading one story and singing one song. Now, how come that changed? Well, the books that I ordered, I ended up giving away to some local neighbor children. And it was probably a good thing that I did because they were very long. And me, I'm all about the short stuff. So tonight, I'm going to read The Night Before Christmas by Clement Seymour and Angela Barrett. And after we do this, with my bad voice and all, I have a request to sing a Christmas song, and I'm going to fulfill it. So here is your bombshell Santa baby reading The Night Before Christmas. And with these gloves, it's very rough. One of the bombshell questions was, Bombshell, do you think that Santa is a man or a woman? Well, if you listen to Aaron Tippin, which is one of my favorite singers, he has a song called on his A December to Remember CD, The Night That Santa Never Came. I believe that's the name of the song. He talks about Santa being under the weather, so Mrs. Claus took a hold of those reins and took full force of things. And sometimes a woman's got to do that. So I would say that there's a lot of single moms out there making their way, and I'm next year going to be adopting, God above. So, Santa is all what you make it. The Night Before Christmas, which I'm kind of Santa bombshell baby, just to go back to that. Okay, here we go. Again, these gloves make it so wonderful. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Whoops. Almost dropped our story. The stockings were hung with care and hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Give your bombshell just one moment. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. I tell you, these magical gloves is just giving me so much grief. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled in for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there rose such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash. I tore open the shutters and threw open the sash. The moon on the breast of a new-fallen snow gave luster of midday objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his courses they came, and he whistled, and he shouted, and he called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet and Cupid, out Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. Those reindeer are dashing, I tell you. As the dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the courses they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and old St. Nicholas, too. Now, maybe this person's vision was blurry, and maybe it was Mrs. St. Nicholas, too. Just saying. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. Look at those little hoofs. Oh, there's Santa. As I drew in my head and was turning around. Down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He dressed all in fur from his head to his foot. His clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimple, how merry, his cheek were like roses, and his nose was like cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn in a bow, and the beard on his chin was white as the snow. The stump of the pipe he held it in his tight teeth, and the smoke he encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly, and it shook, and when he laughed, and it was like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know that I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work. He filled those stockings and turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And that is the end of our tale. As I said before, Santa really is what you make it. If some of you think it's a him, it's a him. If some of you think it's a she, it's a she. And if some of you want to say it's Santa baby, bombshell, you are correct indeed. May all of you have a splendid Christmas indeed. If you stay tuned, your bombshell has got her orange juice and a song, so you don't want to go too far away.